I'm Urza47, and this is episode number 8 of Urza Masters Orion. So we're still in a war with the humans, who are down to 4 systems, I believe. Let's see what our intelligence report has to say. They have 6 large ships, which is kind of a problem. That's rather a lot. They also have this unidentified cruiser that is currently heading to Solaris, I believe, along with 5 corvettes. And I have 2 Magma-class cruisers. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to win that battle. What kind of technology do they have? Alright, they don't have any fancy weapons that we don't have yet, so it's probably just a small improvement. So we should be reasonably competitive. He does have a laser cruiser here, 3 of them going over there, so we're not going to be able to take the skies above this planet. In fact, we should probably change what we're building. We need more cruisers and less bombers, I think. So let's change both of these over. Hopefully we'll get neutron pellet gun next turn. Actually, thinking about that, let's just put all our points into weapons. We really, really need that technology. Because that's so powerful. It makes the laser does 2 to 4. The neutron pellet gun, actually I can highlight it here. The neutron pellet gun does 2 to 5 damage, so it does 1 point of additional damage, but it also halves the effectiveness of enemy deflector shields. So what kind of deflector shields does the enemy have? Let's see. Whoops. Not tech. It's races. Military. So he has class 2 shields. So it actually does an extra point of damage because the class 2 shield will only prevent 1 point of damage rather than 2. So a basic laser will do 0, 0, 1, or 2 points of damage when you shoot it, versus a neutron pellet gun, which will do 1, 2, 3, or 4. Well, that's a big difference. It's a huge difference. So we got to get that technology. Got to get it. Got to get it. And on top of that, weapons that negate shields to an extent are more future-proof. So neutron pellet guns will be useful for a lot longer than an equivalent non-shield negating weapon will be. Because later in the game, they're going to get bigger shields. And so that's going to make a lot of weapons much less effective. Okay, on the front of... on the economic front, let's take a look at the industry view. Okay, so these planets... first of all, these 3 are all at 100%. You're building ships, and you 2 are just doing tech. That's fine. You are almost done. You have points going into reserve, and this is not a rich planet, so you need to put some of this into tech. There we go. Probably the same story over here. Oh, you're not... You're building ships and not... capacity. Why is that? I don't know. You have more factories you need to build. Build some factories. Okay. No. You should not be doing tech. Stay out of there. Okay. 73% star Paul. You're just building industry. That's fine. That's right. We're at level 3 robotics, so we can exceed 220 on a 110 world. That's all fine and dandy. Solaris 110, 220, same deal, except you still are refitting the factories that we have now. That's fine. We do, however, need some economic growth. So let's put some eco spending in there so that we get that. There we go. Very good. Gate, you're just building growth. I guess that's fine. What is the tactical situation? Oh yeah, you're doing growth because you need to send a lot more people to some of these new colonies down here that don't have a whole lot. What do we got here? 46, 34. Okay, so these planets just had transports arrive, so they're actually building some industry. They're doing okay on that front. That's all good. This is pretty good. You need a lot more people. Whoops. And you need a lot more people. So we have 2 planets that need a lot more people. In fact, let's go ahead and send as many as we can, 32 down to this ocean planet right away. And then we'll put the rest of our our spending on growth to try to replenish that as quickly as we can. And none of these are all below half, so yeah, and they're not going to be able to send very much in the first place. And we need to... so one of these planets needs to send a shipment of colonists over to Stromatol as well. Over here, we are guarding this... This is an irradiated planet, isn't it? Yeah, irradiated. Okay, so... And it's red, it's rich. That's good. We have a colony ship en route, and it's going to arrive next year. That's great. I would love to get more rich planets, even if they're irradiated, because we don't care because we're the Chrysalon. That's our cool ability. Over here, we got a bit of a problem. I was mentioning this earlier. We got laser cruisers, more laser cruisers, the fancy new whiz-bang cruiser. We haven't seen another laser cruiser. And mostly what we have going there is we have one cruiser of our own, and otherwise a lot of bombers. So the bombers are just going to have to retreat. We don't have any answer for that. You should probably just stay in orbit and guard the planet. And bombers, more bombers. We should... Yeah, definitely, we need more cruisers. So you're going to build cruisers, and you're building cruisers. That's fine. Well, we're building cruisers plus factories. Well, factories are always really important. We're at 43% to get the neutron pellet gun next turn. Less, however, how far we are up this track before. This is a little misleading. It's not 43% to get it. We're going to be 43% through the deck after next turn. And this is a next turn projection. So, for example, if I go over here and spend and take away all this tech spending, that percentage just went down. So, if I'm spending at this current level, I'm going to get to 43%. Otherwise, I think we're good to go to the next turn. But first, let's take a look at... Let's go ahead and let's just skim through all of the races here. The Mentarans, we don't know anything about their ships. They don't have a whole lot of them. The Sluras have 52 medium ships and 7 large ones. None of which we've been able to scan because we only have one ship with a battle scanner, and we're not deploying it down spin where these other races are. So that's why we don't know much about them. Altari, same deal. 30 medium, 9 large, and none of them are scanned. Kind of is what it is. Let's look at our overall standing versus the 4 known empires. Our fleet strength is in decent shape. The Sisler and Altari have a little bit more. Although ours is propped up by a colony ship, but theirs might be as well. But we're on decent terms with those two. I'm not terribly worried. The Slisler is probably my biggest worry aside from the humans, just because they have a lot of planets and a lot of ships. And importantly, they are aggressive, which means they're more likely to take... well, an aggressive posture, versus the Mentarans are pacifists. They're not gonna. And the Altari are honorable. They're probably also not gonna unless there's a clear reason for them to do so. And we're certainly, as great as it is to have a ton of planets and a lot of production, all this -11 business with the expansion penalty, it's going to make it hard for us to do much diplomatically because people are going to be like, I don't know about dealing with you. And obviously the humans hate us because we've been bombing their planets, conquering their planets. And a huge swath is calling for action over the growing fears that the Chrysalinoid may indeed be an existential threat to their species. I mean, they're not wrong. We're not really a threat as far as extinction goes. You generally don't want to capture the last planet of somebody, because if you make a sentient species go extinct, everyone else is going to really dislike that. That's a very bad thing. You don't want to be doing that. Yeah, making things go extinct. You don't want to do that. So I think we're good to go on the next turn. Let's briefly skim here the system view. So this planet here, actually that's a good point. We need to send, we already did. We have a scout going over there. This handy thing reminds us, hey, there's a planet here that's in range of your scouts that's being not been scouted. These all haven't been scouted, but the enemy has, well, not enemy per se, but other species have planets there, so we don't need to go there. There's nothing to. There's a planet there. It's something, and we don't have anything to do there. We can't colonize it certainly. Expand, nothing here. There's nowhere to expand to in range. We've already expanded quite a lot, and as you can see, there's quite a lot over here that we haven't seen yet. Exploit, yeah, there's a lot of stuff on the exploit, as we've already shown in the colony view. A lot of planets that aren't well developed. Yeah, all these red ones, 11%, 23%, 2%. Yeah, that's pretty poor. On the exterminate view, this is going to yell at us because we don't have defenses, but I don't care so much about missile bases. And here it's saying, hey, there's an enemy system here. You might want to go conquer it. Not really. I'm not. At this stage, I'm more interested in building infrastructure and only as many ships as I need to keep them from taking more of ours. So that's what we're going to be. Okay, next turn. Well, we kind of expected this would happen. They have a bunch of laser cruisers and a missile base. I think we're going to retreat everyone. We're not going to be able to win this. Yes. We would like to build a new colony. Certainly. When I popped up, I'm thinking, ooh, is this making me ask me to bomb something? Why am I bombing something there? But no, it's asking me for a colony. And of course, the answer to that is almost always yes. Interesting. So now you want to declare a peace treaty. Surely you can see now that wars such as this only bring tragedy. Let's stop this folly before more precious Christ-like human blood is spilled. I'm tempted to accept this, because I just said a moment ago I'm not really interested in persecuting this war. And I can always, go back to war with him later if I want to. I'll accept. And you've reached your industry maximum, that's fine, so you can go back to building ships. You're building industry, and you're a priority to get more colonists because you're a rich planet. Same thing here. You don't need to build any missile bases. Thank you. You need to grow some more colonists and otherwise tech. Unfortunately, we did not get neutron pelicans, although since we're not at war anymore, I'm not so keen on getting that immediately. There we go. And you're all on refit, that's fine too. So first things first, let's equalize allocations. What's our spying report have to say? We've shut down a Sauceran spy network. Very good. Oh, so our human spies are hiding. Oh, you have Duralloy armor. Oh, we gotta steal that. Steal that right away. You have the neutron pellet gun. You also have death spores and planetary shields. I guess that's okay. Inertial stabilizer is pretty cool. I don't know if our diplomatic situation is a little precarious. I don't really want to risk an incident with them by stealing. But actually, I think I'll wait until they have something really cool that I want. And neutron pellet guns are really cool, but we're about to invent them ourselves. Duralloy armor is also really cool, but we're going to steal them from the humans. Inertial stabilizer is pretty cool. I don't know if I'd call it really cool. It's really cool if you're the Alkari, but we are not, so it's not really cool. Let's see here. Yeah, those ships there, they're just going to fly over there and automatically retreat upon arrival. Yeah, this gets ticked automatically when you end a war. As will this, apparently. So, yeah, this cool, exciting battle evidently is not going to take place. They're just going to retreat. They will, however, be scanned, I believe. Because I do have cruisers here with battle scanners. Okay, I think we're in good shape as far as colonies go. Yeah, those transports are moving. Doing more growth, more growth. You're at 100% and you're not. Because you're not full up on population. That's why you're not at 100%. And you're building factories. Only 3 last time, but now 26 because they've all been refitted. That's good. Same story here. You're still refitting, though. And you're growing more people. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, I think we're good. In good shape there. Our trade income is up to 178 BCs. That's pretty cool. I'm a big fan of trade income. I'm a big fan of income in general. Who am I kidding? I have 233 bucks in the treasury. Where might I send that? Amber might be a good place to transfer that. We'll go ahead and transfer. Oh, 100. That's good. And we'll send you some money. And we'll send you some money. And we'll just hold on to the rest of it. That's fine. Discovery imminent here. Oh, sublight drives are very slowly moving along. That is an expensive technology, but also a very good one. Okay, so we have no peace. We have a peace treaty and no trade treaty. The peace treaty, I think, will expire on its own after 10 turns. I'm not 100% sure. They did get a little happy when the peace treaty got signed, so the relations meter with them went up a little bit. That's fine. I'll just use the period of peace to build up a bigger fleet and then just utterly stomp them when it expires and I go back to war with them. Or I utterly stomp the Alkari instead. That's also a possibility. But they have a ton of ships. Look at all those ships. My goodness. Because they're a militarist. They just like building a ton of ships. That's kind of what they do. And it would put us in a... Well, we'll worry about that later. You don't need to be rallying at all at this point. You can just stop rallying. There we go. So yeah, you can rally here. You can just build ships there. Eventually, you'll be building ships here. So we'll have 3 different places to have a lot of ships. Here, here, and here. That they'll be able to quickly mobilize on any of either front. So we have one front here, and this guy in the middle can send ships either place without too long a delay. So that's good. I think we're ready for the next turn. You've reached your maximum population. That's great. More spying report. Scatterpack 5 from the Mentarans. That's cool, but not cool enough for me to want to risk a diplomatic incident. Although, what would they even do? They're a pacifist. They have no military. They have 5 ships. Great. I mean, they're fancy, technologically advanced ships. No, don't get me wrong, but it's 5 ships. How many do I have? Probably a lot more than that. What does this say? I have 4 large ships. Okay, actually, that's pretty poor. That's why I'm building more of them. But I do have 8 medium ones. And 245 small ones. Well, those are all bombers and scouts, so they're not really... I'm not going to win fleet battles with those. It's probably why the humans wanted to sue for peace. They saw how many bombers I had. It's like, I don't want to be at war with you. You're going to bomb my planets. Which is fair. I don't want my planets bombed, so I don't... Okay, so you just have a bunch of ships there. That's fine. They can just kind of sit there. That is an unexplored planet. Uh-oh. We need to do something about that. You go over there. Actually, you go over... Cancel. You need to be undeployed. Okay, let's do this one at a time. The scout needs to go over here. And then the granite will send one over here. Now, this planet is not colonized, whereas these other pink planets around here are. That tells me that this is very likely a uncolonizable planet for them, which means it is colonizable for me. So we want to do that. And because it's a neutron star, it's likely to have rich planets. So we're going to have something kind of like what we have here at Adroit. Whoops. Here at Adroit. Look at this. Irradiated rich. I would love to see another one of those. I could just settle it right there. It's in range. I'd be happy. That would be great. Do I want to start building a colony ship? No, not yet. Oh, he's got a sentry coming over here. Oh, well, he's going to... This planet's about to spit out a cruiser, and so he's going to just run into this cruiser and be like, oh, no, I don't want to stay there. Okay, I think that's it. I'm annoyed at not having neutron pellet gun yet, but it is what it is. Yeah, we made a bunch of cruisers. Still no neutron pellet gun. Ugh. The humans are shutting down my spies. Ugh. I guess it is what it is. So, more planets are getting developed. Our colony production is up to 2,400. Trade income's doing pretty well. Look at that. 207. Let's look at our Vice the Humans. So our population's kind of petered off. Yeah, it kind of has. Production's really spiked recently. Technology is mostly flat. Look at this. We haven't discovered anything in a long time. But that's because we've spent so much money on building factories and so forth. Yeah. Technology's flatlined, but production is spiked way up. And that's usually what you want to be doing. Because it doesn't matter if you have technology if you can't build the bloody things that you're inventing. Another cruiser. Finally, we get our neutron pellet gun. So we can research quite a lot of different things here. Neutron blasters. Ooh. Those are expensive, though. Mass drivers. Oh, yeah, I love those. It's like a fancy neutron pellet gun. Fusion bombs, though. I think I want those. War is inevitable. We learned long ago it never comes true where prosperity reigns. 200 BC a year? No. I don't want to trade with you because I'm just going to lose money because we're going to go to war later. That's the name of that tune. I'm surprised they even want to trade with me when their relations are so poor. Yeah, my systems are... You have too many systems. Penalty has grown a bit as well. We're up to 14 points of penalties. And it may grow even more if it turns out I can settle these, but that's kind of the Silicoids game. They settle a ton of planets because they can, and nobody else can. Oh, that sentry's actually going this way. Okay. Okay. That is a lot of bombers, 139. And they have just one one rack of nuclear bombs. Okay. You're very slowly going over there because you have to go through a nebula. Alright, so our tech is equalized. We're not particularly close to getting anything new. So the game plan right now is just building a bunch of factories. These are going to continue to creep up. I need to keep an eye on my population levels down here because there's still more. Yeah, 50. Size 85. Yeah, this needs to send some transports. There you go. And then do some terraforming. You can keep doing factory. 4120. Actually, yeah, you need to do some growth. You need to do factories because you have not many. Oops. You're a scout. And you have 4 population, but more transports are coming in. You're slowly building more factories. Okay. Okay, this is all good. Oh. It's the Nuzlocke. An aggressive ecologist. So these are the guys who are really good at spying. So I might want to step up my security spending. We also have a word of caution. Do not impede us in our search. You may not live to regret this fateful encounter. Oh, it's exactly... Oh, I was exactly right. It's exactly like that other planet. Irradiated wrench size 40. God, yes. Get me a colony ship. Immediately. You've completed terraforming. That's great. This calls for a balanced growth. 9 factories and 3 population. That's good. You've reached 330 factories. Yeah, you should just do tech at this point. Great. So our tech spending is way up. We're up to 1,698 RP per year, which is 283 per field. And we need a colony ship. Who's going to build it? Okay, so if you build a colony ship, how long is it going to take you? 4 years. If you build a colony ship, how long is it going to take you? 1 year. Okay, so let's do some math here. You're gonna want to send a colony ship by way of a gate so that you don't have to fly through the nebula more than you have to. So let's do some range finding here. A gear is 6.7 light years away, which means it would take 3 years for a colony ship from a gear to reach a gate. Given that a gear is really good at building colony ships, so it's basically the same. I can take 1 year to build one here, or 4 year. Wait, let me get this right. 4 years to build one here, or 1 year to build one here, and then 3 years to fly it from here to there. So it's basically the same. But we need to be doing growth here. We still have stuff we need to do here. And Agira is really good at building ships, so that's what we're going to have them do. And in fact, we're going to set a rally point here to get that ship moving straight away. So we can settle Amethyst. And that will, if this is a settlable planet, that will allow us to settle it as well. Oh, so that is there's a green. If you zoom all the way in, you can see that there's actually a green and a yellow there. Okay, we haven't made formal contact with them, I don't think. Yeah, we're out of ship range with the Nuzlocke. Which means we can't spy on them either. Yeah. Which sounds bad, but it's actually good. And it's good because it means they can't spy on us either. And that's really what we don't want them to do. Because they're going to just rob us blind if we give them the opportunity. Because they're shape changers. They can just... They can do they can take pages out of the Cylon playbook and just sneak into our research facility, walk out, no one will be the wiser. Ugh, what a disaster that would be. All right, next turn. We've built our colony ship and another cruiser. Oh, that reminds me, we need to. I should have done this before, but I'll manage. You're building factories. No, don't do that. You need to be doing growth right now, something like that. So we need to do a design. So let's copy this design. Oh, there we are. Copy this. No, not the granite, the magma. Boop, boop. Let's take away the weapons. Take away the weapons. We don't have fancy armor, unfortunately. We do have a fancier computer. So the... if you look here, so 31 space for a Mark 1, 49 for a Mark 2. Mark 2 is clearly the way to go. Makes them more likely to hit. Shields class 2, again. So it's like almost 100 for a class 1 versus 151 for a class 2. Do I want an ECM jammer? The humans at least aren't using missiles, except from their missile bases. We definitely want a battle scanner. It's only 89 space. So how many neutron pellet guns can we fit? 23. Versus how many if we strap on a jammer? Still 20. Okay. Is it worth putting a jammer on it or not? Probably. Probably. Yeah, so we'll deploy the lava class cruiser. Oh, actually, we should change. We should change the way it looks. There we go. Ooh, let's use that one. Okay. Now the only reason, well, clearly we should build those instead of the older model. So actually, let's do it this way. Colonies. No, let's do it the even fancier way. Adjust ship spending. Select systems. Who's building a magma? Select all. That can't be right. Okay, maybe I don't actually understand how this works. Okay, I don't think I understand how this works. Okay, so we'll not play with the fancy thing. We'll do it this way. Who is military view? Here we go. Shipyard. Who's building a magma? Just you. Build this fancier one instead. Oh, that's way more expensive. Okay, let's do a comparison here. So the older version costs 592 BCs. This one costs 759. So that's more, but not that much more. But the weapons are so much better. So much better the weapons are. Yeah, it's clearly best. Oh, you're not building it because you're building colony ships. You should go back to build the fancy ships as well. And you can stop rallying as well. You are on your way. That's good. Transports are coming. Transports are coming. You're sentrying. You're sentrying. One more turn there for us to figure out what this is. At which point we might want to build another colony ship, as it turns out. Because as soon as we settle this will be in range, and we may want to have a colony ship there. And there's some more planets here, which I don't know what they are. Probably our new friends here, the Nuzlockes, have settled some planets back in through here. And in fact, by settling Amethyst, we might put ourselves in range of them, and thus put ourselves at risk of having shape changers stealing our money and stealing our tax and blowing up factories. But you know, it's kind of that's kind of the cost of doing business, I guess. What's really nasty about what they can do is they can steal technologies or sabotage things from a third party, from somebody else, from the Sisra, let's say. The Sisra. And they can actually frame us for their spying activity, for their espionage. And then the Sisra will get mad at us, even though we didn't do anything. That's nasty, and that's a thing you can do. Any race can potentially do that, but the Nuzlockes are particularly good at it because they're particularly good at spying in general. So that's definitely a thing you need to be mindful of, because sometimes you'll get the display of the ambassador yelling at you for spying, and you're like, what the hell did I do? And it'll actually say in parentheses down at the bottom, by the way, you didn't actually do anything. You got framed for this. But so don't worry, your spies are doing what you told them to do, or lack thereof. But yeah. Speaking of spies, what do we got here? Shutting down. We shut down one of theirs. Okay, that's all fine and good. What are our spies doing? The humans are espionage, otherwise we're hiding. That's pretty good. That's what we want. Yeah, we just want to keep tabs on them. We don't need to be engaging in anything destructive. Okay, let's go to the next turn. Oh, yep, there's the Nuzlockes. They actually have combat ships there, it looks like. Yeah, they have a destroyer. The Mirage class. Well, we should probably, because we just have a scout ship. Oh. So I have a Granite class and you have a... Okay, so your ship is way better, way bigger than mine. This is a concern, for obvious reasons. Because he's going to blow me up, given the opportunity, no doubt. So we need to retreat. And this means we're not going to be able to just fly our colony ship there willy-nilly. You're going to fly back over there. Okay, so what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to have like a fancy ship of our own. You go over there. You go over here. This is gonna take forever because these Granite class ships. Oh, they do have warp too. Okay, well maybe not so bad. Magma class cruisers. You gotta go down here. Oh, that's gonna take 9 years. Just go here for now. And you're building factories. We really need to get more people over there. Let's send some transports, as many as we can spare. 17. You have no one to spare. You're at your ideal growth point, so we don't want to disturb you yet. Okay, and you're at the stage where it's time to start. Right about that will do for now. How are we doing on tech? Just plugging along, it looks like. I think sublight drives are going to be next. Although improved space scanner would be pretty cool. Wow, lots of ships. Lots of ships. I'm pretty sure I don't want to be at war with anyone down here yet until I build a huge fleet of my own. Which isn't going to happen because I'm building factories and colony ships, but that's sort of the way it goes. So we built our first new colony class, or lava class cruiser. More factories are being here because you've reached population maximum. Population maximum. That means you need to send transports down to a joint. That's what that means. But you're building factories. That's good. Keep doing that. You do not need to be building missile bases. You should be building technology. All right, so you already have 17 transports en route. I guess that's okay. You can just you can be maxed out for now. And you have some transports en route as well. Okay, so you're maxed out. Just keep building factories. Factories are good. Gotta have those factories. The human triumvirate has discovered Battle Computer Mark III and Inertial Stabilizer. Oh, cool things. Cool toys. Gotta get those cool toys. And we are espionaging them. Although we're not making any success. Yeah, their computer technology is better than ours, which makes spying a bit more of a gamble. Well, let's bump that up slightly. Okay. So our annual income totals about 2,900, half of which, or rather not half, 10% of which is coming from trade income. Ship maintenance 7.2%, that's not so bad. Spying 3.5%, also not so bad. We have a lot of money in the treasury funds, though. So let's figure out where we can best send that. A gate, maybe. Yeah, we'll send you some. That'll double your factory production this round. You're proceeding with a balanced growth strategy. You're a poor planet, which means I kind of don't want to give you money. Why are you building Oh, you just send a bunch of people. You need to do this, and you need to have some more money. Here you go. You're just building factories right now. You can have everything else. Okay. Next turn. More cruisers. Alright, what does this have to say? Oh, death spores and... Oh my god, they have death spores. That is a concern. That's a thing that makes me want to build missile bases at my frontier planets near them. And the Mentarans have battle suits. Oh, wow. That's a thing that improves your ground troops. It's like personal deflector shields, but better. Okay, yeah, you have those. All these things retreating. Oh, it looks like they've abandoned the planet. Am I still within a sensor range? Probably. Interesting. Well, let's send 2 of these over there. Actually, let's not send any, because it would be 1 year, and then we can send 3 all at once. I think that's the way to do it. Oh, this one's gonna be we can send 5 all at once. Yeah, let's do that. I feel a lot more comfortable with 5 of my destroyers taking on 1 of their cruisers rather than like one-on-one. Because one-on-one, it's like, what are you doing? Alright, Amber has completed environmental terraforming. Okay, so you need to proceed on a balanced growth. Uh, 6 factories and 2 growth. That's perfect. You just need a lot of factories right now. Okay. Right, so the colony ship is here, but we're gonna wait a turn for our cruisers to show up along with it, because I think we're gonna want to have an escort. And 2 more years before we can scout that planet. And maybe we will need to build a colony. We might need to build one of our humongous extended range colony ships if we want to colonize that. Or else we'd have to like conquer one of these planets that's a little bit closer that would put us in range. Oh, we're into the could discover it very soon phase of sublight drives. That is exciting. More lava cruisers coming out. Yeah, they keep shutting my spies down. Alright, we'll ditch the scout, but everyone else can go over here. Let's see here. 622 in growth. Yeah, this is fine. You need a lot more factories. You're okay on factories. And I suppose this is an okay growth rate. Same for you. Okay, yeah, not much happening this turn. Our tech is still balanced. Oh, what's the diplomatic situation? We still have a peace treaty. Ending all hostilities until 12-5-400. Okay, that's 2 more years before we can declare war again. The Golden Hive. They're a ruthless industrialist. Okay. Oh, it's a Coldan fleet. They're Clackons. It's a Clackan fleet. Okay, well I just have a scout and they have, oh wow, they have a whole colony with 4 missile bases. They got all kinds of shit up in here. All right, well we're gonna fly away. Okay, yeah, that's a whole lot of nope. That planet. Okay, but I'm still keen to get this amethyst here, and it's going to get there in 5 years. Yeah, those 17 transports are about to get here. You're building factories, you're building factories. More factories, factories all around. That's great. 3,300 annual income. Yeah, you're still refitting. Yeah, all kinds of stuff going on. Okay. Yeah, these plants are just going to continue developing. That's what they're going to do. Oh, so I can steal a weapon technology. Well, I guess that's the only option. HyperX rockets. No, let's not just upgrade our missile bases. Okay, they apparently did not even discover us. Oh. We were framed for espionage activities within the Coldan Hive. See, this is what I was saying a moment ago. You can get framed for this kind of stuff. But this is nonsensical. We actually can't we have a perfect defense. We can't legally spy on them at all. Or, no, we can. Ah, shit, I thought we had them. Okay, well. Those dirty Nuzlockes, they're probably behind it. Unknown spies stole technological sequence from the Coldan. You were framed. Yeah, okay, so we get dinged for the... We get dinged for that. I'm surprised they didn't, like appear on the screen and yell at us. Tense. Ruthless industrial. Let's try an audience. You behave oddly, and I do not like it. Just say what it is when you've come to say and leave. I want a trade treaty. 675 BC. Yes, please. Okay, I said what I wanted to say and leave. We'll at some point figure out what you have. How about some tech trading? Do you want to do some tech trading? I don't know what you have, because... Oh, we're out of ship range. This is the same deal here. Okay. You don't have anything I want. I don't know what you have. You do have things I want, but I don't want to trade them to you. Yeah, nothing here is that exciting. You have a ton of stuff that's exciting. Maybe I should trade with you. Oh, I think you need to have a non-aggression pact or an alliance or something before you start tech trading. Nah, forget it. Forget about it. What is our status? Okay, we're way ahead in population and production. Those are the 2 things you really want to be ahead on. That and planets. We're way, way ahead on planets. And we're tops in fleet strength 2 now because we're actually investing in that. We're kind of behind in technology, but that's fine. We've been investing in this stuff instead. Okay, so we're looking pretty good on that front. And with that, I think we'll call that an episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Join me next time when we continue building these factories. Maybe we'll consider going to war with the humans again. Certainly we're going to try to build a colony here. I would love to do that. That's still 4 years away. This colony here needs to start developing. It's kind of in the middle of all this action here, and it's a rich planet. So we're going to pump out tons of warships later. That'll make them kind of nervous, but screw them. All right, thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. So long.